Sat Shri Akal, sir. Start. Sir, it's audible? Sir? Sir, please unmute yourself.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Can you get me?
You are audible, sir. मुक़द्दस हाजरीन सभी को नमस्कार, सत श्री अकाल and adab. Today's lecture is revolving around democracy. Democracy is not a mere form of government, rather it is a type of state as well as order of society. So if I remind you the statement of Seeley, who said that no, democracy is a form of government in which everybody has a share. So as per the university convention, program will be started with university colleague. So I request you one and all, please rise for the university colleague. University colleague. Sit down, please. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Raghavendra P. Tiwari ji, Dr. Mahendra Singh, Professor and Director of the National Institute of Punjab Studies, New Delhi, and dignitaries sitting in front of the dais. Sat Shri Akal, Namaskar, Adab. Today is a special lecture, Democratic Ideals and Institutions of the Sikhs, to celebrate India, the mother of democracy. So our speaker is Dr. Mahendra Singh ji, Professor and Director of the National Institute of Punjab Studies, New Delhi. It is generally been said that the development of democratic institutions in religion has had a very slow growth, but it would not be exaggeration in saying that India is a cradle of democracy since the dawn of civilization. The evidence of the same democratic assemblies and institutions in India were found in the ancient literature, particularly the Vedas. The Sabha and Smriti. Smriti was basically the present kind of parliament which supposed to function political and non-political functions of the society, and Smriti Sabha, which was basically looking after the local administration of the society. So as far as democratic ideals and institutions of the Sikhs are concerned, these were established by the Sikhs group with the establishment of Sikhism, the sixth Guru expounded a religion primarily based on democratic ideals and institutions. So these democratic institutions had left very indelible imprints on the Indian democracy as well. The sense of teachings of the Gurus were the unity of God and the brotherhood of man. These teachings were represented through the democratic ideals such as selfless service, love for mankind, humility, community, equality, egalitarianism, fraternity, and moreover, the equality of man is most important, figured as anchor seat of the democratic ideals. In order to give practical shape to these ideals, the six gurus established and developed the institutions of Sangat and Pangat. And the most democratic development was taken place on part of 10th Guru Guru Gobind Singh Ji, the creation of Khalsa Panth, through which brotherhood, fraternity, and equality were further concretized. And another feature of the same was bridging the gap between guru and the disciple. In Sikhism, the last he was guru, but at the same time he was also given the gurudom to his panch bearas. So there was no gap between gurus and disciples. The organization of the Sangat and Pangat system by the six gurus was a revolutionary step in this direction. So it practically helped in leveling down distinctions of caste, creed, and color in the society and moved in the direction of establishing of egalitarian and democratic society. So now I would like to give formal welcome to the speaker. Dr. Mahendra Singh Ji is a professor and director of National Institute of Punjab Studies, New Delhi. He is also the professor of eminence in the Department of Punjab Historical Studies, Punjabi University, Patiala. He is also director, National Institute of Punjab Studies, and Bhai Singh Sahitya Southern, New Delhi. Dr. Singh has also lectured on Sikh studies at several Indian and foreign universities and has been visiting professors of Sikhism in the Department of Global Studies, University of California, Santa Barbara. He has had the rare privilege of representing Sikhism in several international events. So now I would like to request Professor Mahendra Singh Ji to share his ideas with the audience. Sir.
Thank you, friends. Respected Vice Chancellor, fellow teachers, students, and friends who have joined us online. Professor Baba Singh has made a very nice sort of introduction and made my job easy. Now, talking about democratic ideals, let us realize that democratic ideals and institutions are deeply rooted in the Indian soil, as was pointed out by Professor Baba Singh with Sabha Samatis. Now, almost a century before the French Revolution gave the slogans of liberty, equality, and fraternity, Guru Gobind Singh, the 10th Guru, had already implemented these ideals with the creation of the Khalsa at Anandpur in 1699. Now, a very interesting event was the Guru appeared before the gathering carrying an unsheathed sword in his hand and asked, "Is there a Sikh amongst you who is prepared to offer his head to the Guru as a sacrifice?" There was complete silence. The Guru repeated the call, and therearm a Khatri devotee from Lahore came forward to offer his head. Ravinder, Ravinder, I've done some snag in the system. Tell me, Rupert. Sorry, friends, I'm not very competent in handling the computer. Now, I repeat, the Guru appeared before the gathering carrying an unsheathed sword in hand and asked, "Is there a Sikh amongst you who is prepared to offer his head to the Guru as a sacrifice?" There was a complete silence. The Guru repeated the call, and Dearam, a Khatri devotee from Lahore, I get some echo, came forward to offer his head. The Guru took him to the nearby enclosure. He returned with his sword dripping with blood and asked for another head. At this, Dharamdas, a Jat from Hastinapur, Uttar Pradesh, came forward and was similarly taken to the enclosure. When the Guru asked for more heads, Mokam Chand, a washerman from Dwarka, that's in Gujarat, Himmat Rai, a water carrier from Jagannath Puri, that's in Odisha, and Sahib Chand, a barber from Bidar, that is Karnataka. They came forward. They were all taken inside the enclosure, one after the other. To the surprise of the assembled audience, the Guru returned with all the 5 Sikhs dressed in saffron clothes with neatly tied turbans and bearing kirbans and other symbols of the Khalsa prescribed by the Guru. Departing from the tradition of using charan bowl earlier, those who were initiated, they had to be made to drink nectar prepared with the touch of the toe of the Guru, which was, that is, you get attached to individual. No, Guru Gobind Singh changed the system. He says, no, it should be Amrit prepared with Khanda, that is the symbol of Shakti. Now you are attached not to individual, but to the Shakti. As Professor Baba Singh mentioned, there are very unique institutions. After creating the Khalsa, Guru Gobind Singh stood with folded hands before the people whom he had baptized and requested them, "Please make me drink the same Amrit from the bowl so that I become your equal." Because the 5 so-called low castes, and imagine, not only from Punjab but all corners of India, this is the first experiment in national integration that persons not from the different castes but also from different corners of India, they had assembled. Now, Guru made a declaration that was Sangat Bis Biswe. Now, Guru Bis Biswe, Sangat Ikki Biswe. That is, when it comes to deciding a controversial issue, the Guru will have 20 counts, 20 votes, and the followers will have 21. That is the sign of democracy. The Guru is not the deciding factor. The assembled people, they have 21 votes, they have majority vote, they take decision on important historic events. Historically speaking, democratic ideals started with the establishment of Dharamsal, started by Guru Nanak. Dharamsal is the earlier name for Gurdwara. Dharamsal means a place where dharma. Dharma is not religion, by the way. Dharma is practicing right values. A teacher teaching is his dharma, not talking of religious values. So, a place where good values could be practiced in daily life. These dharamsal have played a major role in the development of Sikhism. Now, there are 3 important institutions of democracy: the Guru, the Granth, and the Gurdwara. Guru alone doesn't make. The Granth has to be there and it has to be placed in a Gurdwara. Now, these Gurdwaras are for religious activity, social and moral instructions, and for providing food and shelter to the poor and the needy. Now, most of us might have seen or visited a Gurdwara. Something very interesting is in the Gurdwara, they do not ask your caste. There is no reservation for men. Men and women can enter together, and there is no discrimination. When they're asked to eat langar, they don't ask who's high caste and who's low caste. These were the practical steps of establishing equality taught by Guru Nanak. One more feature is now when we do not give power to women, we discriminate against 50% of the world's population. Now Guru Nanak said, "So kyo manda akhiye jit jame rajan." Why condemn a woman in ancient system and even in sort of medieval system and some societies even today, they do not give the same parity, same salary to women because they think they're weak. Guru says, "So kyo manda akhiye jit jame rajan." If there was no woman, there will be no king. The highest person on land was in those days a king, and king was given birth by a woman, so therefore woman cannot be low, woman cannot be inferior. That was the message of the Guru for his followers. Another thing that Guru emphasized was, India is one land, and I'm very proud of being Indian, where words or religions are flourishing. You know this, there's a Bahai temple, the latest Bahai religion. In Iran, they were persecuted, they came to India. The best building in Delhi is, which visitors visit, the Lotus Temple. So they had faith in India's democracy. That is why they invested so much of money in making their temple in India, not in the home of their religion. Now, Guru Nanak entered into dialogue with people of other faith, leaders of other faith, and he visited, we all know, different parts of Punjab, including what is now in Pakistan, what is now Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Afghanistan, Iran, and Central Asia. Now, his mantra was very simple. जब लग दुनिया रहिए नानक किच सुनिए किच कहिए. So long as we live in this world, first we should listen to others, then we should utter our own sermon. Now it's the other way around. Missionaries go and start preaching. Guru says, no, first listen to others. Don't say my religion is superior and yours is inferior. You are all dealing at par with each other. After finishing his journeys, Guru visited a town called Saidpur. This is also called Ahmedabad. It was here that Guru learned about the attack on India by an emperor called Babur. Now, what happens in case of invasions? Two sides become real victims, the wealthy and the beautiful. Guru says, Tan joban doe veri hoye, jini rakhe rang laye. Deta ne farmaya, la challe pat gwaye. He said the wealth and beauty, they became the curse. And the emperor gave orders to his soldiers to loot the rich and to exploit the beautiful woman. So that's why Guru protested. Guru not only protested against the emperor, the Guru was imprisoned, taken to the jail. But Guru also protested to the Creator. He says, Je sakta sakte ko mare, taman rosnoi. If a powerful man attacks a powerful man, I do not protest. But if your soldiers, they attack weak woman, you are the God. Where are you? Why you are not protecting the helpless woman of this town? That was the Guru's protest. While traveling, Guru came across a beautiful spot on the bank of river Ravi. Then he decided he should establish a new town. One of his followers, called Ajita Randhawa, he offered him a big piece of land. Another follower, called Krodia, he also offered a land. Guru says, I don't want free land. So they collected some money, purchased the land. Now, the followers advise that new town should be called Nanakpura, city named after Nanak. Guru asked, said, why? Whose land is this? The Kurudi says, my land. He says, before that, my father's land. Before that, my grandfather's land. He says, much before that, he had no answer. He says, land belongs to God. So he called the city as Kartarpur, city of God. Now, this is a very interesting experiment that Guru made, and we all know during the 550th birthday celebration of Guru Nanak, the government of India provided this facility of building a corridor on Ravi so that the devotees could go to Kartarpur, which is in Pakistani Punjab, and pay their devotion. It was here in Kartarpur that the routine of Sikhs developed. What was the routine? They all will get up early in the morning. Now, getting up early, they call it Amrit Vela, is a part of Sikhi tradition. The Guru and his followers, they get up early morning, and after ablutions, they have a meal sitting in one line, and then they work in the field. Interesting, my dear friends, is that Guru Nanak, who was of old age, he also plowed the land. There are a lot of documented evidences, written evidence that Guru Nanak himself worked in the field. He wanted to set an example that Sikhs should be hardworking, they should not be dependent on others, they should earn their own livelihood. When they returned in the evening, again, they had their bath, ate langar, read the evening ras, and before sleeping, going to bed, all Sikhs sang Kirtan Sohila, the song of acclaim. So, a normal Sikh gets up in the morning to recite the name of Lord and sleeps at night with the name of Lord in his mind. That is the Sikh routine. But I'm sorry to point out, these days, when we go for dinner in the clubs and return late, I don't think we can observe this routine suggested by Guru and practiced by his Sikhs in the city of Kartarpur. Now, Guru was wise enough to appoint a successor. Normally, if you have a look at the other cults, bhaktas and sadhus and saints, they don't have any system after their death. Some of the institution they decayed, but not in the case of Sikhs. Guru had two sons, but he did not prefer his sons to take his position. He preferred a deputy called Angad because he was more competent. He tested him, he came up to the mark, and Guru made him the Guru and called him from Lena, his earlier name, he gave him a new name called Angad. Angad is part of one's body, that you are part of my body, you are no longer different, you have become one. And what he did, he performed his ceremony, put five coconuts and some coins before Lena, Angad, and bowed before him. So this is Ape Gurchela, the devotee called Lena, who became Angad. He became the Guru. Nanak, the Guru, he became follower at Kartarpur. That is the height of democracy in Sikh tradition. Now, Guru Angad collected the hymns of Guru Nanak because when Sangat is developing, when congregation is developing, they need something to recite. There was oral tradition, so written tradition started with the preparation of the first biography of Guru Nanak called Bala Janam Sakhi. This narrated the stories of Guru Nanak's travels, his encounters with other Bhagats, and he also developed a new script called Gurmukhi, meaning coming from the mouth of the Guru. So this become a language becomes sacred. There's a book by Paul Bros, Language, Religion, and Politics in North India. How languages become sacred. Gurmukhi coming from the mouth of the Guru. Devanagari coming from the Nagari, the town of the Devas. And Shahmukhi, Shah is high priest or rich people. So Urdu has a Shahmukhi. So all these languages, they got their religious connotation. But then Guru Amar Das, the third Guru, established a town of Goindwal. Here he provided safe drinking water for people. Friends, imagine 500 years ago, even today, in some areas of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, drinking water is a problem. You do not get clean drinking water in spite of our many efforts. Guru said, if you want to listen to my advice, dig a well of sweet water, not of shallow water. And he established 22 centers of propagation called manjis and also 54 PDs. Now, this is PD is the seat occupied by women. Imagine men are 22 and women are 52. So, upper hand is again that of the woman in Sikh faith. When people learned about Guru's efforts in providing clean drinking water to those areas, they started embracing this new faith. And then they also started giving donations. So making langar became a regular institution. I often wonder how they manage the langar, where the money comes from, where the uh, ration and other things they come from. It's something very miraculous because Sikhs are feeding all needy where are, whether they are in war zone, whether they are in corona affected people everywhere. That is because of the blessings of Guru Nanak. We know Guru Nanak was given 20 rupees by his father, asked to go to a nearby city and do some business. Guru was compassionate. On the way, he saw some sadhus who had not eaten food for a week. So Guru went, purchased good food, and fed all the hungry sadhus. When he returned home, his father asked, what business have you done? Friends, a normal person would have made 30 rupees out of 20. He would have added 10 rupees profit. But Guru said, no. He says, I've done sacha soda, the true bargain. I said, this is the real business. If you have money, you must feed the poor. And we sometimes say, this is the investment of 20 rupees made by Guru Nanak, which is running langar throughout the world. Now, Gurdwaras earlier also had two other things. A small school teaching Punjabi, and most Gurdwaras they had a dispensary serving the needy people. Now, a Muslim visitor who was visiting Mohsen Fani, he saw the Sikh Guru's teachings being practiced and he really admired them that they are the people who practice equality in their daily life. The fourth Guru, Ram Das, he developed the system of masands. During the period of the third Guru, Amar Das, it is said Emperor Akbar, we all know Emperor Akbar wanted to establish a multi-faith society. He wanted to pay homage to the Guru. When he went there, he was told that before he has an audience with the Guru, he'll have to sit in the Sangat and partake food. Akbar, for the first time, had to sit with his nobles and the servants in the same line to eat langar in Guru's kitchen. And thereafter, he was allowed to have an audience with the Guru. They said the emperor was so impressed that he gave a piece of land to Guru where present Ram Daspur or Amritsar was established. Now in Amritsar, those of you who have seen the Golden Temple, they noticed something very, very interesting. The Golden Temple is in low level, indicating humility of the faith. It has four doors, indicating it is open to all the four castes and from all the four people from all the four directions. During Baisakhi, that is the month of April, and during Diwali, that is in month of November, Sikhs assemble at Akal Takht, offer whatever is collected from the followers, and give it to the Guru for promoting their cause. This is how the Sikh became a movement. The fifth Guru made a new experiment of preparing an interfaith scripture called Guru Granth Sahib. Uh, Guru Granth Sahib is the only scripture in the world which contains hymns, less of the Gurus, more of the Bhaktas. All Bhaktas, whether they were high caste or low caste, their hymns find equal place. If you enter a Gurdwara, you bow before Guru Granth Sahib. You do not discriminate that this part is written by a so-called low caste, this part is written by high caste Guru. No, it is uh, according to music, not according to Gurus. So all become equal in a scripture called Guru Granth Sahib. The sixth Guru Hargobind built Akal Takht just opposite Golden Temple or Hari Mandir. And he wore two swords, Miri and Piri, as Professor Baba Singh mentioned earlier. They developed the institutions of Miri and Piri. That is spiritual and temporal, they go together. And interesting is that Akal Takht became so important that the most powerful people had to go and bow before the authority of the Jathedar. Guru Tegh Bahadur, whose birth centenary, 400th birth anniversary was celebrated last year, he played a unique role. Some of you are from Bathinda, you know this. Bathinda, about 60 years back, after partition, was settled in Bathinda. It was a unfertile land full of sand dunes, no water. So Guru Tegh Bahadur provided clean drinking water facilities, which led to conversion of the Jat tribes to Sikh faith. Guru Tegh Bahadur also gave a slogan, "Bhai kaun ko detna, na bhai manatan." I do not get afraid, and I do not make people get afraid of me. That is the sense of equality. Now, a lot of followers and creating a feel at society, it created panic among the officials and ultimately among the ruler called Aurangzeb. Ruler asked Guru to be produced to Delhi, and Guru Tegh Bahadur was martyred, we all know, in Chandni Chowk. One thing very interesting is to be observed. Guru was being accompanied by three devotees, Sati Das, Mati Das, and Dayal Das. You know, normally, if people like me, if they know going with the Guru means involving some risk, they will leave. But these were great devotees. They accompanied the Guru when they reached Delhi Chandni Chowk. First, the three devotees, they were killed, beheaded. Then Guru Tegh Bahadur was beheaded. But Guru Tegh Bahadur's sacrifice did not go in vain because his son and successor, he created the order of the Khalsa. Now, what is Khalsa? Khalsa doesn't mean the Sikh people. Khalsa is those people who are pure-hearted, who are God-oriented, and who are prepared to do good things. Guru Gobind Singh thus described the mission of the Khalsa. जहाँ गयो ता धर्म चलायो कुबत करते लो कटायो. Your job is wherever you go, you spread dharma. Dharma is right values, good conduct, and chastise, attack and finish the evildoers. That was the message. Guru also did something which was not allowed in those days. Riding a horse was not allowed. Carrying a sword was not allowed. building a fort was not allowed, and wearing a kalgi was not allowed. Guru did all those things and defied the emperor of the time. And ultimately, you all know there are major wars between the Mughal authorities and Guru Gobind Singh. Guru Gobind Singh, towards the end, went to a place called Nader in South Karnataka, Bidar. There he met a Bairagi called Banda Bahadur. Banda Bahadur was basically from Jammu and Kashmir, Bairagi. But after meeting the Guru, some miracle happened. And he was a changed man. Guru baptized him, gave him a new name, Gurbakh Singh, and asked him to go to Punjab. And what was the mission of the Khalsa? Jahan geo ta dharam chalayo, kubat karte lok hatayo. Stop people from doing evil things. So this was the mission of Banda Bahadur. What he did, first of all, Nawab Wazir Khan, who was responsible, who know the story, Guru Gobind Singh's younger sons, they were bricked alive under the orders of the Nawab of Sarhind. So he was finished in the fight. And then Banda Bahadur issued orders that who are the owners of the land? Who know it's either God or the tillers. Those who till the land, they are the owners. So for the first time in Punjab, feudalism was abolished. If you compare Pakistani Punjab and Indian Punjab, you'll find in Indian Punjab there's very little feudalism. So landless people, they were given the right to cultivate land and use the product for their benefit. After Banda Bahadur, the fear of the government disappeared. They can't do anything. And then the Sikhs Azars, they started defying the orders of the authorities. A great historian called Dr. Ganda Singh, he wrote, Banda taught to the people how to fight, how to conquer, and how to establish Khalsa Raj. Again, I would like to emphasize Khalsa Raj should not be confused with the Raj of the Sikh people. Khalsa Raj should be Raj, the government by the good people, well-intentioned people, those who work for welfare of their community. It was near Batinda area that Guru came across two persons, by Rama and by Diloka, who are the ancestors of Captain Amarinder Singh. He converted them to Sikhism. Now, in the Malwa area, the Jat tradition is if the chief gets converted to your new religion, whole tribes become Sikhs. So they became a very powerful community, the Jats of Malwa, who were willing to serve the Guru and willing to sacrifice for spreading his message. Now, after the Banda Bahadur's victory in Punjab, 12 missiles, 12 confederacies appeared, and one of the chief of the confederacies, Shukar Chakya missile, was Ranjit Singh. He became the Maharaja of Punjab. Now, you can give lectures for hours together on Ranjit Singh, but I like to emphasize two things. Ranjit Singh was ruling Muslim majority Punjab. How come there was no revolt against him? Even when the last 2 years he was down with paralysis, he couldn't talk, but there was no revolt. This means he created such a faithful system that there's no revolt. Second thing of Ranjit Singh that I would like to emphasize is how he controlled the tribals. We know when Britishers came, they couldn't control Afghan tribals. Then Americans occupied Afghanistan, they couldn't manage. They had to go back. Russians occupied Afghanistan, they couldn't manage. But how could Ranjit Singh manage these difficult Afghan tribes? That shows his diplomacy. Now I'm going back to the idea of democracy. Maharaja Ranjit Singh was very, very powerful. He committed some irregularities. One of them was he married a Muslim dancing girl. He was called to Akal Takht by Akali Bula Singh and asked to accept the punishment, which he did. And recently, in independent India, when Akal Takht was demolished, there was hue and cry. The government of India got this rebuilt, and those who were instrumental in rebuilding the Akal Takht, they were again called by the Jathedar of the Akal Takht and his cabinet minister, a chief minister, and even the serving president of India had to obey before the Akal Takht and apologize. That is the authority of the Akal Takht. If used properly, that's what needs to be emphasized. Now, friends, Sikhs had gurdwaras, Sikh temples, both in India and Pakistan. After the partition of Punjab in 1947, most of the historic gurdwaras they are left in Pakistan. There is no Sikh population, so those gurdwaras are being managed by Waqf board, evacuee property, looking after evacuee property. But for management of the Sikh shrines in India, the government in British days passed a bill. The gurdwaras were being captured by the Mans. The Sikhs, called the Akali Sikhs, launched a powerful agitation called the Akali movement for 5 years, in which 300 people were killed. And as a result of that suffering, a bill was passed. That bill is called Sikh Gurdwaras and Shrines Bill of 1925. Through this bill, a management for the Gurdwaras was to be elected through adult franchise. That is, the adult male and female could elect their management through election, through voting rights. And at a time when India was not free, India became free in 47, but this right was given to the Sikhs, both men and women, in 1925 to elect representatives for their management of the Gurdwaras in a democratic manner. This applied to Gurdwaras in Punjab, Haryana, and Himachal. For Delhi Sikh Gurdwaras, Government of India passed another bill for management of their Gurdwaras. Now, while I feel happy to mention that Sikhs got a democratic right to govern their religious institutions, I feel bad. I feel bad because when I compare in the past, focus was on qualitative democracy. What is qualitative democracy? People who follow the practice of dharma, people who are honest, people who are righteous, they should be elected. But now, qualitative electorate has been replaced by quantitative. Now, who wins these days? We notice whether Punjab, Haryana, Himachal, any state, people who have money power, people who have muscle powers, they get elected. Unfortunately, this evil of muscle power has also entered the election system of the Gurdwaras. And these days, we are all praying that Gurdwara management should go back to the hands of those who are Khalsa in the true sense, who are pure and who know what the right Maryada is. This is the sense of democracy which was introduced by the Gurus. Thank you very much.
So it's time now for felicitation. So, but since you are not here, sir, we will felicitate you on the opportune time. Now, vote of thanks. First of all, I would like to extend vote of thanks to Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Raghavendra P. Tiwari ji, for your encouragement and motivation to organize this lecture. Without your guidance and motivation, it would have not been possible. Thank you very much, sir. Also, would like to extend warm thanks to today's speaker, Professor Mahendra Singh Ji, for accepting our invitation and sparing his time out of busy schedule for sharing his valuable ideas on democratic ideals and institutions of Sikhs. Really, it is a thought-provoking lecture. Thank you very much, sir. Heartfelt thanks to Dr. Vipin Pal Singh Ji, School of Deans, HODs, Department of Faculties, staff, and dear students and so scholars for your kind cooperation and benign presence. So I also would like to extend warm thanks to Engineer Puneet Singh, Technical System Mandeep Singh Ji, and other staffs who have facilitated this program by extending their kind help. So after the national anthem, all of you are invited for a cup of tea. Now all of you are requested to rise for national anthem. National anthem, please.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.